Sounds good.
Last time, at Guns of August, all eyes were on defending champions STK.
STK, make that 9.
Doesn't matter, and that is the game.
You guys just let me work.
Who found themselves in a surprise slobber knocker with Quace, Blind, and Falcon.
Oh, it's for 5?
Across the map, did Vinny just
Oh,
get
you
stuck?
see the flag's going away, but Hellboy gets the double.
It's over! Falcon takes it!
In a 2-game swing, the challengers put STK on the ropes, with Blind and Falcon stepping up in the biggest moments. But not so fast, my friends. STK aren't the 5-time prize tourney champions for no reason, and Fiddy punched his team's ticket to the winner's bracket finals. In Fiddy's way was his brother in the equally skilled Team Chargers.
74-73, STK needs one.
After a razor-thin Game 1 loss, the Chargers rebounded with wins on Prisoner, Team Slayer, and Daryl at King of the Hill.
Let's go! Oh yeah, bitch!
Setting up a must-win CTF Creek for STK.
Oh, look at the flag! Oh my god!
After 15 minutes of regulation, they evened the score and capped an all-time series with a back-and-forth Dammy win.
Back to a grand final.
But the Chargers soon returned after a sweep in losers finals, and Vintex and Kaiser dominated Game 1 on Prisoner. In the Creek CTF rematch, both teams capped 2 flags in the first 5 minutes, and Fiddy refused to go down 0-2, making an incredible save before tying up the series. The Juggernauts traded Games 3 and 4 on Chill Out and Derelict, setting up a Game 5. STK, looking for their 5th tournament win in a year, was pummeled on Hang 'em High. And so, the Chargers reset the bracket and gave us a 3rd series.
I know what he's about to do right now.
Game 1 on Damnation looked like STK's, but Kaiser fired right back.
What a rocket Hellboy. And Kaiser answered for his own triple.
Oh man, 30.
Kaiser.
Down 0-1, Fiddy led his team in kills and oddball time to even up the series.
And 31.
But after another shellacking in Team Slayer, the champs faced elimination. In Game 4, the legendary Tupac rose to the occasion and ended STK's long unbeaten run.
It is over. The Chargers are our new champions of MCC.
And now, welcome to the January Jumpstart Draft. All right, everybody, welcome to the January Jumpstart Draft. We are live, and I hope everyone, no matter where you are or how you're following, is having a great night, a great Saturday night. 6 weeks ago, we announced a shakeup to the tournament format, and we decided to pick 8 captains who will draft their teams of 3 for the main bracket for this tournament. And tonight, they select their teammates from a pool of over 40 players. 1 week from today, they compete at January Jumpstart for a $1,000 prize pool. And Lockhart, we thank you once again, my friend, for this donation. And you'll notice up here we have 2 extra captains to go with those 8 that are picking tonight. That is because we will have undrafted captains who will be selecting their own teams from the remaining pool, and they will be joining our 8 captains next Saturday. And they will do so because they will be playing next Friday, and they will be playing in a single elimination tournament with the top 2 advancing. Tonight I'm with the draft guru himself and my partner as always, Sunzel. How you doing, Sunzel?
Hey, how's it going today, Fizzy? Hope everyone's ready to enjoy the draft and the broadcast.
Always happy to have you. Tonight, folks, we're also giving away one $25 Amazon gift card in the chat. All you have to do is be a follower of the channel and enter the keyword when prompted, and we thank Zyber for that donation. You are always so generous, my friend. But now, Sunzel, it's time. We've waited long enough. The January Jumpstart draft is officially open. And so I will let Quace know it's time. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. And Quace, you are on the clock. Falcon, thanks for the sub.
So just to talk about it, just because Quace hasn't officially put his pick in yet, but as some people saw, Blind obviously signed up. He is most likely going to be the first pick by Quace. Likely the only reason that he even signed up for the tournament is to be picked by Quace. So do not be surprised if Quace goes with longtime twos partner Blind here. So we'll throw in some fillers. We're waiting for the captains to make their picks on where we think people are going. I'll do my best for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the big boards as we were going through and everything. It was a lot of fun. And obviously, thanks, Fizzy, again for having me here. Big shout out to Zyber for all the giveaways he's been doing. Big shout out to Locke, who donated the laptop to Cobbett since he just moved from Colombia to California. It was a great thing that he did. And then...
all right, Sunzel, I gotta interrupt you
good.
because the first pick is in, folks. The first time today we get to say it's in. With the first pick in the January Jumpstart draft, Team Captain Quace selects XBC Blind, the Dennis from the Dennis College of Georgia.
No surprise right there either. Blind getting picked up by Quace, his longtime twos partner. They played in the Guns of August 3v3 tournament, placing third alongside Falcon. They almost upset SDK in that tournament too, taking them to Game 5. Incredible job right there.
Yeah,
so not surprising at all to see Quace go with Blind.
No, not surprising at all, and not surprising for our second pick, which was just announced here. With the second pick in the January Jumpstart draft, Team Captain Naker selects Free Jester 88, the main Slayer. Excuse me. The main Slayer from Clarion University of Pennsylvania.
That is also my alma mater, so Jester and I both Clarion University alum. And we're both down in Pittsburgh. He's probably the second best player in Pittsburgh. Great pickup here, obviously, by Naker. If Blind did not sign up, it was expected that he would probably go first. But Jester is a great pickup for Naker here. Jester just having his child back in July. He's been a dad for a bit, so he hasn't been on much, but I think he'll be ready for the tournament when it comes time. And as I guess we're waiting now, just give me the cue whenever you need me to shut up here, Fizzy. But Hellboy, he did get Bertsky to sign up for the tournament, so the mocks, we have been thinking that Hellboy will go with Bertsky.
Oh, no, he's not going with Bertsky, Sunzel.
Who's Hellboy picking?
With the third pick in the January Jumpstart draft, a surprise pick to be sure, Hellboy goes with Rick HPC. Rick HPC, of course, being the Aloha greeter from the University of Hawaii.
Absolutely great mouse and keyboard player with Rick out there playing in Hawaii. He's gonna, he's been looking really solid in twos whenever they've been streaming. Them playing kind of a surprise pick. I actually did think he was going to go Bertsky here, so it's going to be interesting to see who Falcon picks up here. Could go with either LB out in the UK, Bertsky, another very possible pick. I think there's the next two most likely picks right here.
Yeah, it's just wild. I really thought he was going to go with Bertsky.
I really thought Bertsky. I feel like Bertsky might have got a little swindled here by Hellboy.
And it looks like Falcon has rushed to the podium and handed me the card. With the fourth pick in the January Jumpstart draft, Falcon selects Bertsky, loves gloomy weather, University of Washington.
Great pickup here by Falcon. It was either him or LB, absolutely. Just coming down just a little bit on the draft board, just by about a pick of where I thought maybe he'd go. But great pickup for Falcon. It's one of the best players on the board. Now it's up to Fiddy. This is the question that Falcon said in the interview that he did with me over a month ago, that he wasn't sure how Fiddy was going to draft, if he would bungle his picks or not. So I feel like Fiddy should go either LB, he might go Doom because they've been playing twos together. Number of players that can go right here for sure. Season's another great pickup here for Fiddy.
Oh, Onsen, thanks for the 100 bits. And Profly, thanks for the Prime sub. Falcon as well again. Onsen, thank you for the sub. Thank you for all the support, boys.
Looks like Fiddy's taking a little bit of time right here, actually.
Yeah, Fiddy officially has 5 minutes. So at 8:11, we'll call it if he hasn't made a pick yet. You and I will draft for him. And then we'll move on to Vintex.
All right, so Fiddy's on 4 minutes. Fiddy, 5-time tournament champion, got second there at Guns of August with STK, obviously one of the top players in the game. A little bit of controversy from Fiddy, as we all heard that he was a little upset that he is the 4th pick in the draft rather than the number 1 seed. So
yeah, it was a
little bit of controversy going in there.
Yeah, it was a pretty shady community, of course, but also shady committee that voted him 4th. And I heard that he was so distraught about it that he decided to schedule a draft party at Olive Garden tonight. And so he's going to drown his sorrows in unlimited soup and eat breadsticks.
A lot of breadsticks about to be consumed by Fiddy tonight. Maybe a couple Marlboro Reds as well to wash it down with, and some Pepsi.
Yeah, and you got to wonder where he's going here. I mean, LB is, by all accounts, or by most accounts, the best player available on this board.
Yeah, absolutely. I think LB is the safest pick right here, but this is Fiddy. We don't know where he's going to go. I think that Doom is a possibility just because they've been playing twos. I heard from some sources that Fiddy might have been told to pick up Season potentially here as a player, but LB's saying Doom or Cobbit. So it looks like LB's not trying to play with Fiddy right here.
Give Fiddy 2 more minutes.
How much of LB and Fiddy play together? No idea. Buzz, LB can chime in there.
Where's Twisted? Twisted elected not to play in the tournament.
Basically never. Yeah, it's pretty fair. Down to 2 minutes right now for Fiddy.
Yeah, you wonder if he's just staring at the soup, or he's talking to the server right now. And maybe the table's just taking a long time to order. You know what, Sunzel? I think now's a good time, right before Fiddy makes his selection, or we might end up auto-drafting for him here shortly, to tell everybody the keyword for tonight. The keyword for tonight, in honor of Fiddy's, for Fiddy's draft party at Olive Garden, will be breadstick.
Not something that you want to have in a game of Halo either, Fizzy. Also, Dirty Ghetto Kid, Twisted elected not to play in the tournament.
Yeah, if you'd like to potentially win a $25 Amazon gift card, all you got to do is put exclamation breadstick in the chat. Make sure you spell it right, or Nightbot will not recognize you. All right, this is his last warning.
Is he in the fucking... I don't even think he's watching. Someone messaging Fiddy that he needs to get his pick in.
He's got 10 seconds.
His pick should be randomized if he doesn't make it.
Oh, Kaiser typing in the captain chat. Doing his countdown for him.
Well, listen, as Falcon said, Fiddy would be the one to bungle his picks in the interview we did almost a month ago.
All right, and that will settle it. It looks like we are going to auto-draft LB. With the 5th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, team captain and 5-time tournament champion Fiddy selects LBHCE, who I've been informed by Sunzel has the hottest accent in Halo and went to Oxford University.
I believe that was accurate from what LB told me, and the accent, yeah, just the hottest accent voted on by the members of the Halo 1 community.
All right, Vinthex, you were on the clock.
Vinthex now on the clock. Some sources were saying that looks like we might get a little bit of a fun team here with Vinthex. I mean, obviously, Fizzy, you play with him the most. You know how Vin's pretty quiet. But from the potential picks that we're looking here for Vinthex, it could be Ted.
It very well could be. And that will do it. With the 6th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, team captain and reigning Finals MVP Vinthex selects Ted. And
great pickup.
Sunzel, do you want to introduce Ted?
Yeah, I can. Ted, everyone's favorite stay-at-home father, University of Minnesota. All right, next is going to be King Nick. This can go either way now. I mean, there's still a number of players left here on the draft board. I'd like to see Season go right here. I think he would mesh really well with King Nick. You also have, you still have Doom available on the board. Oh, never mind.
King Nick wasted no time. With the 7th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, King Nick selects Nemo Pones.
Nemo, quietest callouts hailing from 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, Australia. In case you guys didn't know, great player here on the board. He thought for so long he was going to be a late 2nd round pick, and instead he's going in round number 1. Great pickup there for him.
Yeah, now Kaiser has 2 picks, although these, I think most people know what these are about to be because he's been pretty vocal about it. And we'll just announce them right now. So we're going to get right to it with the 8th and 9th picks in the January Jumpstart draft. Kaiser Ramirez, also defending champion, back-to-back defending champion, has selected recently transplanted to LA, Mr. Cobbett. And of course, who can forget Rain Man, the pilot for Spirit out of Georgia Tech.
Solid pickups here as well. I think, Cobbett and Rayman both placed 3rd together in the Spring Fling tournament. Kaiser and Cobbett have played in multiple tournaments together as well. There is just quite a lot of chemistry there for these guys. I think Rayman will really anchor well with both Cobbett and Kaiser with sort of their more aggressive play style here. Oh, yeah, sorry, Rayman. I was making these up on the fly for Fizzy. So if anybody, obviously, if you get the incorrect university or anything, minus like Jester and I think Season. And
we speculated on this last night, talked about it quite a bit. It's now going to be confirmed. With the 10th pick in the with the 10th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, King Nick selects, and Sunzel, I think you know who it's going to be Season.
Great pickup here. I actually really like this pickup. Nemo and Season with King Nick. That's a great roster. Season, an insurance claim for connection hacking on the Halo servers, hailing from the University of Kentucky. Great pickup there, right there for Nick. Has a very, very solid team. I'm actually surprised he didn't pick up Cold Snap. He's been talking about picking him up for so long and then skips right over him.
All right, Vinthex will be up for the 11th overall pick.
There's some talk about where Vinthex would go right here. Could potentially play with Forharth here. You know, that was sort of the rumors that were going on. Still, Doom is still available here on the draft board. I'm actually surprised he's fallen so far compared to Mox and what other people had thought he was going to go.
So Vinthex is taking his time.
He's got plenty of time. But honestly, I mean, I like that we see these first 2 teams set up. You have Kaiser, defending champ right now from the Guns of August 3v3 tournament and the 4v4 Midsummer Mayhem. picks up 2 great players to support him in Cobbett and Rainman. And then King Nick is going to go with Nemo and Season. I think these are great pickups for him as well. Season has, great communication. Nemo's a very solid 2s player, and he's been practicing quite a lot, doing 3v3 and 4v4 custom scrims to get ready for the tournament. So, and just as a heads up for anybody else that doesn't know, King Nick is also a professional Halo player who currently plays for Sentinels alongside Sparty, Lethal, and Collect. And looks like...
Sunzel, it is time for Vinthex's second pick. With the 11th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, team captain Vinthex selects Forhearth. And of course, Sunzel, we all know Forhearth as the Hall of Famer on Tinder from the University of North Carolina.
Forhearth was also told that he might need to get an STD check before the tournament, potentially, just to make sure he's at his absolute best health.
He's overcome so many obstacles in his life, Sunzel, and I'm sure he'll overcome chlamydia a 13th time. But now, Fiddy is up for his 12th pick. Maybe he'll be here for this one.
Honestly, the Forhearth Ted Vinthex comms might be the best that we're going to get out of the tournament. Just being able to watch Vinthex's POV, to hear Ted and Forhearth calming together, I mean, it's just going to be absolute chaos to hear. And we already know how quiet Vinthex generally is. So Fiddy has an interesting pick here if he actually does pick. Obviously, he has LB, incredible player from Australia, now moved over to the UK. One of the best 2s players in the game. Fiddy, obviously, one of the best tournament players in the entire game. Great partner alongside Twisted and Zorg and all these other players. So I think LB saying picking Doom on behalf of Fiddy if he's MIA. I mean, I feel like that's pretty fair if the teammate gets to pick the 3rd, correct?
Well, we'll give him to, yeah, of course. We'll give him to 822. If Fiddy doesn't post in the captain chat, then we'll go with LB's pick. So let's see, everybody enter. Make sure, if you haven't already, to enter the keyword, which was !breadstick for the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. Courtesy, once again, of Zyber88. You're a legend.
So if Fiddy doesn't pick, obviously LB is already locked in the pick for them if needed, being Doom. It's going to be interesting to see who Falcon picks up here with Bertsky. Just looking down, if you don't mind scrolling down on the list real quick while I'm looking at the stream to see who else is still available, because there's still a decent number of players here I think you can go through. You still have It's Solshi, Cold Snap, Brink, H1 Lock, XT Deoxys. I think these are all, in Shunzu, I think these are all players that are available. That'd be great pickups here for Falcon, but he's got to weigh his options. When we discussed it in the interview, he had said that he's going to pick the best player available for his first pick, and then in the second round, depending on the player pool, he was going to pick the player that he feels will best, help his team with their play style. FC Nick is also available.
FC Nick is available. A lot of speculation. Falcon's going to pick up his old 2s partner. Recently returned to the community. He's been grinding those customs. Hellboy knows. He's been watching. But as we wait for Fiddy, give him 2 more minutes. Yeah, I mean, the biggest surprise of the draft so far was Hellboy foregoing Bertsky in favor of Rick. I mean, he played with both of them in 2s quite a bit for the last couple weeks. Not surprising that he did go with... not surprising that he would pick Rick if he doesn't pick Bertsky, but a lot of us just assumed Bertsky was going to be 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, I'm also shocked that Nick actually didn't pick up Cold Snap like he said he was going to. He made it very vocal that he was going to pick him up, but... I mean, this will be really interesting to see where Falcon goes, since it's pretty much almost confirmed that Fiddy will be going with Doom. Falcon has, he's going to have a good 5 minutes to really talk about, he can talk with Bertsky potentially about who they want to pick up here. Cold Snap saying that he's really hurt. There's still time, Cold Snap.
Cold Snap, your dream could still come through right now if Helby has a change of heart. But then again, LB probably remembers the connection talk from the commentary, so wouldn't that have nothing to do with it? I paid Nick so much money. Nick took your money and ran.
Maybe that's what he meant by he gets paid just for existing today in the Discord.
Yeah, so what probably was referring to in the chat, will we be doing the supplementary draft after this? We're going to do that at a separate time. Anybody who is not picked on either draft will be an eligible substitute in case anyone drops during the tournament. And even if you are drafted to one of those preliminary teams, if you're knocked out in the preliminary bracket, you don't advance to main bracket, you can also be a substitute for Saturday, January 21st. So we should have plenty of people to pick up if somebody drops.
Looks like Fiddy's almost out of time, which it does look like Doom is going to go with a roster of LB and Fiddy. And I mean, this is also a great roster right here. You got Doom playing on mouse and keyboard. LB and Fiddy both controller players, so if they can get a snipe in his hands on any maps like Damnation, Hang 'em High, you know, really help out through sight lines, control a lot of the map, it'll be great. Yeah, Shunzu, we don't know what's going on with Fiddy. You know, the captains had agreed on this time and on this date to show up to do the draft, so...
All right, so that makes it official. And so because he is not here, but his teammate is, with the 12th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, Team Captain Fiddy selects Doom. And that means Falcon is back on the clock.
All right, Falcon with 5 minutes right here. He's got quite a lot of players that he can pick from right here. I feel like these last 4 picks are going to be the longest ones to go through. Teams, you know, if they want to talk to their partner right now, really discuss, you know, who do they think would fit best with their roster. It'll be really interesting to see right here. Falcon maybe pops a message to Bert Skier of Hellboy and Rick are also doing the same thing. Quace and Blind obviously are probably discussing, looking at the current board and seeing who's available.
And no surprise, it's coming. With the 13th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, Team Captain Falcon selects his longtime buddy, Jesus Loves You, a.k.a. FCA Nick. Hellboy,
God's
you're
favorite
back on the
Halo.
clock.
FCA Nick, God's favorite Halo player from Florida State University. You know, these guys have teamed multiple times. They've placed well in tournaments when they've played together. Nick's coming right back into the tournament scene. He actually signed up. He was the last person to sign up for the draft last night. He signed up like an hour before cutoff. So great look for him. And now it's up to Hellboy. Hellboy and Rick, who are they going to pick? Still quite a lot of players available on the board. You still have Shunzu, Locke, trying to think who else. Cold Snap is still on the board. Brink's still on the board. These are people that I think would get picked up here.
Hey, Twisted, I agree. Next team looks pretty insane already.
Nick's team looks insane. Kaiser's team looks insane. Vinthex's team is probably the funniest team we'll get to watch. I mean, Fiddy has a great roster here as well.
Hellboy is currently making his second selection, and he's confirming something with me. Okay, and he just made it official. Prepare for a shocker here, folks. We're gonna drop a bombshell. With the 14th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, Team Captain Hellboy has selected Cold Snap, the IGL, the IGL who makes no strategic errors from the University of Alaska at Fairbanks. Naker, you're back on the clock.
Look at Cold Snap going in round 1, and he gets to go to Hellboy and Rick. Great pickup here. I think Cold Snap, you know, he's really been grinding the game out. Hellboy must have liked what he's seen in the customs that Cold Snap's been playing in. You know, he's really trying to get back into the groove here. Now it's up to Naker and Jester to make this next pick. Still a lot of people on the board. Shunzu, Locke, Brink. I think those are most likely the next set of players that can go.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see what Naker wants to do here. So he has until...
Only 2 picks left.
Yeah, he has until 8:30 to make his pick.
Oh, and also, It's Solshi still has not been picked, and I think this is a pickup that Quace and Blind were really looking forward to, potentially, if he fell all the way to them. You have the all West Coast team now with Hellboy, Cold Snap, and Rick being out in Hawaii, so should be interesting right there. Naker still got 4 minutes on the clock to make his pick, him and Jester.
I don't know. Is Jester in the house right now?
Mm.
I do not. No, I see Jester in chat. Although Naker did send me a board of his in the event he couldn't make one of his picks, so we do have somebody to pick for him. Alright, so Naker doesn't seem to be here at the moment. He has 3 more minutes to make his pick. Actually, 2 more minutes, scratch that. And Sunzel, it's looking like Quace is going to get his wish here shortly.
Yeah, it looks like Quace and Blind might get their pick in It's Solshi. I haven't seen him online, though, so I wonder if they've been in contact with him to make sure that they're comfortable making the pick there. So it'll be interesting to see who Naker and Jester pick up here. It definitely feels like Quace and Blind are going to get It's Solshi. Who do you guys think that Naker and Jester are going to get picked up right here? Because I have no idea what Naker sent Fizzy.
Naker has made his selection. The pick is in. With the 15th pick in the January Jumpstart draft, the Venezuelan Viper, Naker, selects Cyclope. And that is a bit of a shocker, is it not, Sunzel?
Yeah, very interesting. I don't think anybody has Cyclope going in mocks or in potential draft boards here. So interesting pickup, Cyclope from Colombia. So you're going to have 2 foreign players playing with Jester, who's out in Pittsburgh. Interesting lineup. I actually don't know what to really make of this. I think Naker's thrown one of the curveballs here in the draft that we weren't expected to see.
I agree, Bertsky. That might be one of the most entertaining teams to watch on Saturday. Ventex, Ventex definitely going with the fun team.
Yeah, absolutely. Going with the fun team and some friends. Quace and Blind here with the final pick. You know, it's been already rumored that they were going to go with It's Solshi. But, you know, they still have a number of players here on the board. Brink, Shunzu, Locke, I think are most likely the other ones that they could potentially pick up. So, you know, Quace being on the clock, thinking right here.
A lot of good names left, Sunzel. Still got Deoxys out there. H1 Locke. Of course, who can forget the Pyramid Keeper himself, Profleet. Oh, and I've just received word, Sunzel. Quace and Blind are on the phone right now, picking this together.
Of course they are. And you know, Blind, you know, even though he is a dentist, he's got a nice fat dip in, you know, trying to talk it through on who they think is going to do best for them. Looks like another ad just came up on your Twitch.
That's not my problem.
Conference call at the dentist office. Yep, they're probably playing 2s as well during this. Would not be shocked to see It's Solshi here, though. I think this is the most likely pickup that they've already talked about, but if they're on the phone talking about things, they're really probably thinking things through. This is the last pick from the captains here in the draft. We've had a couple of curveballs here. As you said, Fizzy, Bertsky, not going to Hellboy, and instead going to Falcon. The Kaiser picks were very apparent. We knew about the Vintex picks as well. Cold Snap going to Hellboy. Naker picking up Cyclope.
And here we go. This is the last pick. With the 16th and final pick in the January Jumpstart draft, team captain Quace has selected, as expected, it's Solshi, the former MLG Pro, the Florida Jackalope himself. And so, Sunzel, that completes our draft.
Great draft here. You know, really interesting things going on with Fiddy not even being here to pick his team. He still ends up with a very solid team here. Quace and Blind got the third that they wanted.
All right.
Vintex picking up the fun team here. Kaiser's picks were already known for quite a bit.
And one more thing we have to do before we go tonight. We are going to be rating somebody here shortly, but I also want to explain one more thing. So we are going to pick 4 undrafted captains shortly. I'm going to do this off stream, actually. But we'll pick 4 people from here who are not in red, and they will pick their teams at a different time, probably either tonight or tomorrow. And then we'll get that squared away, and we'll have this spreadsheet totally updated for everybody. We also have to handle the giveaway, so it is time to give away the $25 Amazon gift card, Sunzel. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, and let's roll it. And the winner is Ray Nation. Ray Nation, who just recently returned on his Xbox, bless him for that. You have won $25 Amazon gift card from Zyber. You should get in touch with him, and that's all you have to do to claim it. As for everybody else, thank you so much tonight. Sunzel, of course, thank you for all the draft boards that led up to tonight and the analysis you provided for the audience tonight.
Absolutely happy to be here. Thanks for having me on, Fizzy. I'm very excited for next Friday and Saturday with both the bracket show and casting the tournament alongside you.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for the reactions to it. Thanks for helping build up the hype for the tournament. We appreciate everything you've done. We are about to raid Legend and his LAN. The next time you see me will be Friday, January 20th for the preliminary bracket. Don't forget, right after the preliminary bracket, we are also going to do the bracket preview show as always. And, of course, you will find us on January 21st starting at 2 Eastern for the January Jumpstart main bracket. Thank you, everybody, again. Let's raid Legend.